Your session. I am recording your session. Okay. So, model of lost opportunity. Okay. We have should, could, would, plus a perfect infinitive. Okay. Model of lost opportunities. When talking about the past, we use all models with the perfect simple infinitive or the perfect continuous infinitive. For example, should have watched, would have gone, could have been playing, must have been listening, might have been built, which is the passive voice. Remember, when referring to the present future time, we use modal plus the base form and the verb infinitive of the main verb. For example, this is in the present. Hey, you should go to the doctors. Okay, this is now or in the future. We use should go. But when you refer to the past, you say you should have gone to the doctors yesterday. Did you understand the difference between should go and should have gone? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So, for example, you say something like, well, I don't have money. Well, I don't have money. This is the present. So you say, you should work. You should work. And then after 10 years, you say something like, well, I didn't. You say, I didn't have money when I was younger. When I was younger. So you say, what do we say? You should have worked. You should have worked. Okay? Because this action happened in the past. So that's the difference. Did you understand?
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Now let's come back here. We have because modals used in the past are followed by the have plus the past participle or have been plus ing. Okay? Should would have, could have plus the past participle. Should have. This is important. When we use should have, we want to express that a decision we took or an action we made in the past was wrong. And that now we think a different decision or action would have been better. It often expresses the fact that we now regret having made that decision or regret what we did. So when you regret about something in the past, you say, oh my goodness, I should have. I should have. Okay, for example, I should have listened to my mother when she told me not to marry John. But I did. I marry him now and I regret it. So I lost the opportunity of making a different decision because I made a mistake, so I should have plus the verb with ing with ed or participle form. The emergency exits should have opened automatically, but for some reason they didn't, and 15 people were killed. The accident was my fault. I shouldn't have been driving so far, but I regret it now. Okay? Because you say, in that moment in the past, I shouldn't have been doing that. Did you understand the difference between, for example, I shouldn't have driven instead of saying I shouldn't have been driving? You know?
Yes, it's negative. It's in the negative form.
Yes, it's in the negative, but what I'm saying is I shouldn't have been driven. I shouldn't have been driving. You see the difference? This one.
No debía haber estado manejando.
I shouldn't have been driving, and I shouldn't have driven. I shouldn't have been driving, and I shouldn't have driven. You notice what is the difference? When you use this one, you need a point in the past. A point in the past. If not, you say I shouldn't have driven. Did you understand or not?
There are some equivalent in Spanish.
Equivalent, like no debería haber estado
Yeah.
manejando, no debería
Espera,
haber
espera,
manejado.
espera.
What is the difference? The difference is that when you use this one, you are like um, talking about an action that happened at some point in the past. At some point in the past. But this one, you don't need. You don't need it. And apart from that, when you are angry, you use this ing or gerund. Did you understand? Or maybe you want me to explain in Spanish that part? Nope.
I would like to listen in Spanish.
Ok, la diferencia entre I shouldn't have been driving and I shouldn't have driven se traduce en como yo debería haber estado manejando, no debería haber estado manejando y yo no debería haber manejado. La diferencia es que esta acción se debe haber ejecutado en cierto momento, por ejemplo, en el accidente. Well, I shouldn't have been driving at that moment, en ese momento. Pero cuando digo yo no debería haber manejado, no necesariamente necesito ese punto en el tiempo. También recuerda que el ing tiene la función de usarlo como queja. ¿Cómo es como queja? Por ejemplo, my mom is always yelling at me. Mi mamá siempre me está gritando. Me estoy quejando. Te digo, you are always buying new products. You are always buying new products. Tú siempre estás comprando nuevos productos. ¿Ok? Did you understand? Como para
Yeah.
quejarme de algo. So you are always buying new products. Did you understand? Yes.
Yeah.
So Marin shouldn't have read the text. Messages John sent me. Él no debería haber leído los mensajes que John me envió. But she did. She made the wrong decision. It wasn't a good idea. The box shouldn't have been thrown away. There was some money hidden in it. We did the wrong thing. I should never have convinced Mary to buy the dress. It was far too expensive, but I regret what I did. So, cada vez que te arrepientas de algo, utiliza el should have plus the verb and past participle. Okay? For example, well, I lost my money. Well, I shouldn't have been more careful. Debería haber sido más cuidadoso. You get it? Next, could have. At some time in the past, we had the possibility of making a decision or doing something, but we lost the opportunity. We either did nothing or decided to do something else. For why did you stay in a hotel? You could have stayed at Mary's. I know she asked you to. This was possible, but you didn't take the opportunity we offered. What is the difference between could have plus verb plus participle and should have and the verb plus the past participle? The difference is that when you use should, you regret about something, and when you regret something, means that you did it. But in this case, you regret about something, but you didn't do it. Did you understand?
Yeah.
Of course. For example, imagine that you travel to another country and then you pay for your menu like $15. So we say, wow, I shouldn't have paid $50 for that menu. No debería haber pagado. Me arrepiento. I regret about that action that I was a mistake. But you say, well, the menu was $50, but I could have paid more because I didn't know that. Ok, el menú estaba $50, pero podría haber pagado más, pero no sabía. Fue una posibilidad, pero no lo hiciste. Ok, did you understand?
Yeah.
Next, would have. Would have, we cannot change the past, but we can imagine a different past. As you can see here, we use the would have in the what conditional? Zero, one, two, three, or the third, second, first. Would have.
The second.
The third conditional. Okay, the third conditional because the second is the past would and a verb in the verb infinity or the base form. But would have you use in the third conditional. You say, for example, if I had killed Pepito, I would have been guilty. Okay, a hypothetical result. Did you understand the difference between these three words? So here you have like a summary. Remember, should can also be used to express prohibition, should never, obligation, or to give advice. Would can be used to express request, possibility, speculation, or to give advice. If I were you, you would, or I would. Could can also be used to express ability, capability, permission, possibility, deduction, to make a request or to make suggestions. I mean, you could learn English. Okay? Well, let's practice together. Okay, so the first one it says choose either would have, could have, should have, or the past participle to complete the sentence. The sentence says, I, the red dress, if I had had enough money. What is the answer?
I could have bought both.
Yes, I could have bought is possible, or you can say I would have bought. It's okay. You can use could have, might have, or could have. The town center. What do you think?
What is flooding? What is flooding?
Flooding, inundación.
Ah, yeah.
Let me turn on the light. Think about your answer.
Should have. Should have
Town
protected.
should have protected from flooding by the new flood barriers, but they were too low. Yeah, because they didn't do it, right? Yes. Number three. Number three, let's write the answers in the chat box. The first one you say could have, but it could be would have. And the second one was should have. The third one, I. But I prefer not to state they have got a cat and I'm allergic to cats. This is
I will have.
would
Would
have.
have.
Are you sure? It says, but I prefer not to because they have.
Shouldn't? Could have. Could have.
Could have, muy bien. No puede ser should have. Why? Because you don't regret. Mira, por ejemplo, tú dices, oye, no compré el carro, me arrepiento. No lo hice, me arrepiento. ¿Qué sería? Could, porque fue una posibilidad. Pero ponte que compraste el carro, lo hiciste, pero te arrepientes. ¿Qué uso? Should.
Would.
No, uso should have. ¿Se está entendiendo?
Ah, ok, ok, ok. Claro.
El truco es así. Si tú tomas una decisión, te arrepientes, quiere decir que tomaste o no tomaste la decisión.
Claro.
Si la tomaste, por lo tanto, utilizarías el should have. Ahora, pudiste haber tomado una decisión. Puede que sí o que puede que no la hayas hecho. ¿Tendrá sentido? No. Si tienes que tomar una decisión, pero no la tomaste, no tienes por qué arrepentirte, ¿cierto? Solamente es que hubiese pasado sí. Ahí utilizo el could have. Y ahora, si quiero crear una situación hipotética, voy a usar el would have. ¿Quedó claro? Yes? Next. Analicemos. Number 4. Me that you needed 400 pounds. I certainly lend you the money.
Could have.
Okay,
So?
you could have, but that you needed. Okay, you could have.
I would have.
I would
Then.
have. I would have certainly Certainly. Lend.
Then
Okay, lend you the money. Could be. Number five, what do you think? John to come pay with us if I had known that he had just lost his job.
wouldn't have us.
Would have, yes, wouldn't have. Wouldn't have asked. Number six,
I shouldn't have driven.
because he was fine. Pretty good. Should have. I shouldn't have driven. Great. Number seven, John. John what? He
Couldn't
wasn't.
stop. Couldn't have stolen.
Couldn't. Couldn't have stolen because it was a possibility. We don't know. Number seven. I
I would have taken my purse.
I would have taken my purse with me when I left the house. If I had,
It would have stolen.
I would have. I would have. It would have.
It
It wouldn't. It wouldn't have been stolen. Okay. Number eight. I the order you when I order mine. But did he or it depends. If you think that this person is regretting about something because this person regrets about something, you say, well, I
could have ordered.
Yes, I could have ordered. She
Could have told him.
yeah, because it was a possibility. She could have told him. The accident. There were three danger warnings.
Mm,
Possessive voice.
avoid.
Could have been, avoided,
Avoid.
avoided.
Avoid.
Yes, and if he had driven carefully,
He would have had the accident.
he wouldn't have had the accident yesterday. Now let's check the first one. You have would have or could have, both are possible. Should have, could have. Then we have would have, lend certainly, it's okay. Wouldn't have, shouldn't have. It's okay. The model allows opportunities to summarize worksheet with questions. Okay, guys, to sum up, para resumir, ok. Por ejemplo, si yo me arrepiento de algo porque lo hice, ¿qué utilizo? Do you know?
Should have.
Should have, porque me arrepiento. Ahora si yo digo, no hice eso, no me estoy arrepintiendo, sino digo que no lo hice, pero podría haberlo hecho, pero no lo hice. Entonces no me estoy arrepintiendo, solamente digo que podría haberlo hecho. ¿Qué se usa?
Could have.
Could have. Y si creo una situación hipotética, if I, el resultado
Would
con
have.
qué va, con would have. Okay? So up to this point, did you understand this grammar? Sure.
And the other that was with being, which I shouldn't
I
have
shouldn't
been,
have been. I shouldn't have been driving.
plus
Well,
verb
yes,
ing.
the ing, of course. But when do you use
And when
that?
I'm regretting something in the present.
Nope.
In the I feel bad in the present, and I regret about something in the past.
In the past at some point. For example, I killed a dog by accident yesterday. Well, I shouldn't have been driving on the highway yesterday. No debería haber estado manejando. Okay, it could be like for a long period, okay, of time. You can say, I shouldn't have been driving, I shouldn't have been learning, I shouldn't have been listening to you. No debería haber estado escuchándote, no debería haber estado. Mayormente voy a utilizar este been cuando me estoy quejando de algo. Okay. Por ejemplo, ayer en la tarde, mientras tú cocinabas, estaban regalando ropa en la esquina de tu casa, de tu barrio. Well, I shouldn't have been. En ese momento, ¿qué estabas haciendo? I was cooking. I shouldn't have been cooking. No debería haber estado cocinando, si no, estaría allá. ¿Se entiende? ¿Se entiende el uso? Siempre sobre un punto en el tiempo. Okay, any questions? ¿Alguna consulta? Do you have any questions about this grammar before we continue? Antes de continuar. Nope. Well, let's continue with pronunciation. Let's continue with pronunciation. Well, I'll send the. Yes, let me share the screen. Okay. So we have here same verbs and nouns. Syllable stress. Okay, guys, there are some words in English where the verb and the noun are the same exact word with the same spelling. Example, the broccoli can be found in the produce aisle. These companies produce 100,000 shirts per year. Here, although the highlighted words are spelled the same, there is a difference in their pronunciation. Did you hear it? Jimmy and Denise, did you hear it?
Yes, produce and produce.
Produce and produce, of course. Listen again. The broccoli can be found in the produce aisle. These companies produce 100,000 shirts per year. Rule: when there is a pair of words where the verb and a noun or adjective is spelled the same, you can distinguish the word by shifting the syllable stress. In this case, you know that produce is a verb and also is a noun. So when you consider that you need the word as a noun or as an adjective, you stress the first syllable, produce. Okay? And when you consider that you are using the word as a verb, you say produce. Did you understand? So, for example, you have research, noun, research, verb. Notice that when you stress the second syllable in the verb, you must distress the first syllable down to the schwa to prepare for the strong stress syllable. Let's practice. So please, Denise, read the sentence.
We're in contract negotiations right now.
Yes, we're in contract negotiations right now. You, Jimmy?
We are in contract negotiation right now.
Next, Denise, you?
He likes to contract his muscles to show off how big they are.
Yes, he likes to contract. Contraer, contract. Jimmy, you?
He likes to contract his muscles to show off how big they are.
Next, Denise?
This supermarket doesn't have the best produce section.
Yes, what about you, Jimmy?
This supermarket doesn't have the best produce section.
Produce section. Denise, you?
Don't produce the best pop album this year.
Jimmy, you?
They produce the best pop album this year.
Denise?
He got his learner's permit as soon as he turned 16.
Jimmy?
He got his learner's permit as soon as he turned 16.
Denise.
I can permit you to do that.
I can permit, yes. You?
I can permit you to do that.
Denise.
Um, there is so much conflict in this world.
Jimmy.
There is so much conflict in this world.
Denise.
This conflicts with my priorities in life.
In life. I'm sorry, Jimmy, you?
This conflicts with my priorities in life.
Denise.
This project is set to wrap up early next year.
Jimmy.
This project is set to wrap up early next year.
Okay, here we have wrap up. Wrap up. You, Jimmy?
Wrap up.
Yes. Okay, Denise?
This machine projects the image onto the wall.
Okay, Jimmy?
This machine projects the image onto the wall.
Okay, you say machine. Machine. Sha. Machine. Okay, next. Denise, you?
I got so many presents for Christmas this year.
Jimmy?
I've got so many presents for Christmas this year.
And the last one, Denise?
I'll present my findings to the committee this afternoon.
Jimmy?
I present my findings to the committee this afternoon.
Findings. Findings. Repeat after me. Findings.
Findings.
Committee.
Committee.
Yes. Remember, Denise and Jimmy, don't worry about sounding perfect. Just know that it's possible that if you confuse the placement of a stressed syllable, the listener may become confused about the word that you are trying to communicate. This is because native English speakers have no idea that they make this change, so they won't be expecting a change in syllable stress when they hear it. So here you have the sentences, okay, and you can practice, like, for example, well, in our next lesson we're going to learn this rule, like we're in contract, we are in contract. Okay, notice how the T and R, contract. You don't say contract, you say contract. Did you understand? Contract is not contract, contract. Okay, for example, you know that we say I can't permit you to do that because I explained that before. In our next lesson, probably we will learn the deleted T consonant cluster. Did I teach this one? Okay, did I teach you that? No, right?
No.
Yes. So maybe for our next class, we're going to talk about consonant clusters and this one. Okay. So you have this material and you can practice. Guys, remember that these words are contract, produce, permit, conflict, project, present. Okay. This is the next class. Did you understand that part?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, let's continue because I have another one here. Okay. Warm ups. Let's go on here. So I have a question, Jimmy and Denise. Before the Mount Everest was discovered, what was the highest mountain on Earth? Do you know? Yes, a
No,
riddle.
I have no idea.
You, Denise, do you know?
It could. The Alpes? Some of the Alpes mountain?
No, it's the Mount Everest. It just hadn't been discovered. Or not? What do you think? This is what we call riddle. This is what we call riddle. El Monte Everest seguía siendo el más alto del mundo, solamente que no lo habían descubierto. Next question. A woman has 7 children. Half of them are boys. How can this be possible? Do you know? Are you really good at riddles? No. Solution then refers to the old people mentioned, and a woman and seven children. There are eight of them, so that is the reason that they say four and
Ah,
four. This is pretty cool. Four men were in a boat on the lake. The boat turns over, and all four men sink to the bottom of the lake. Yet, not a single man got wet. Why?
sing to the bottom. Ah, check more information.
The men work with their wives in the boat, and the single is
Solution, because they were all married, not single. Remember that single means soltero and also means
Yes.
ningún solo hombre. Single, solo hombre, pero single también significa soltero. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So, ningún hombre soltero depende de cómo lo hayan traducido. Si tradujeron como single, como soltero, es que está bien, porque ellos estaban casados. Dead. And the last one, okay? It says, it is the beginning of eternity, the end of time and space, the beginning of the end, and the end of every space. What is it?
Why is it? Because there are no human to see that to check that time.
Human.
Mm,
The answer is letter E. Listen. It is at the beginning of eternity, E. The end of time, E. And space, E. The beginning of the end, E. And the end of every space, E. Did you understand?
yes.
Lol. Lol.
ah,
Of course, we were talking about the letter E. And what is that? This it says, what's full of holes but it still holds water? Hmm. What's full of holes but it still holds water?
what's one?
The sponge. The
Ah,
sponge.
Uh,
The
yes.
sponge. So this is what we call riddles in the US. The riddles are thought to be very funny or very fun when you are talking to someone new. Yeah, because I
How is
just
it?
okay, okay,
teacher,
okay.
today um, we do about ingredients of a recipe.
The
You told us
ingredients. What did you say?
something about with the food.
Okay, what happened with the food? You practice. Or what do you mean?
I want to practice.
It will start.
It will start when we start our class because you will get feedback. Todos van a recibir feedback, ¿ok? Vamos a tener una sesión con todos los que toman el examen, ¿ok? Más o menos.
What is the schedule on Friday?
On Thursday. This like four,
Ah,
or I think this Thursday. Okay,
okay.
let's continue. Okay, can you see my presentation, the happy restaurant, the conversation? Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
The Zoom session is.
Oh, yes, you need to end. Oh, Jesus. Dun, dun, dun. We need to change the link.
Okay.
Well, Jimmy is here. Okay, so this is a role play, the waiter and a waitress. Okay, the waiter and the waitress.
How was the pronounce of ingredients?
Ingredients
Ingre-
is not
ingredients.
ingredients. Ingredients.
Okay.
Okay? Yes. We will learn how to take the order. Imagine that you are a waitress, or maybe you go to a restaurant and you need to order your food. So let's begin with the food. You know that we divide the menu in three parts. Do you remember? What is the first one? The first course. How do we call the first course?
Appetizers.
Appetizers or?
Entrance.
Nope.
And
Entree is in England. Entree is the French version in England. But we say or
orders.
orders. Order. The second course. Which one is the second course? The main? The main course. Or entree in the US. But in England, the main course is the main course and the appetizer is the entree. We have dim sum, salad, we have noodles, we have rice, well, this is fried rice, then we have sandwich, then we have congee,
Kanji.
then we have drinks, lemon tea, orange juice, then we have like an ice cream, I'm sorry, then we have soya milk, or you can find soy milk. Then we have a pudding, and then we have a cake. This is a strawberry cake. So now imagine that you are the waitress. You say, "Welcome. What would you like? Would you like ordered or would you like whatever?" And you say, "I like," and something. Thank you. I will be back. Here it is, the food. Enjoy your meal. So now let's practice. Denise, you are the client or the customer, okay?
Okay.
Well, welcome. What would you like? Would you like French fries or something like that?
Uh, what is the specialty of the house?
What is the specialty of the house? Well, today's special is fried fish. Would you anything else?
I'll take the fresh
Okay, I'll
fried
take.
fish.
Okay, so thank you. When we
Uh,
come back, here is the
could you
food.
add
Could you add
some side orders?
side orders? Okay, you can check the menu. You can check the menu, and then you have here this. So this is the group writing. We have learned this lesson. And we're we're done with this conversation. Now, Denise, did you understand how to order, or you need more practice? I have another one, but this is you're gonna do it with Jimmy, okay? And
I also hear some sweeteners. Sweeteners?
sweeteners. Can you spell that, please?
Sweeteners. Sweeteners.
It would be like desserts. They are like desserts. They are like desserts, of course.
Desserts.
Dessert is not desert. Dessert. Dessert. What is my conversation? It is here. It is here. It is here. Okay. Okay, okay. I found it. I found it. It's here. Okay, now Denise, you can practice with me and with Jimmy. Where is the link here? Okay, let me share the screen. That's one. Do you remember? Remember, Denise and Jimmy, we never say I want French fries. I want a cake. I no, it's very disrespectful. So if you travel, you say I would.
I
I
would
would
like.
like always. I would like a bottle of water. I would like a cup of coffee. I would like whatever. You say I would like, and then you say please. Please and thank you. And remember that in England you always tip. In the US, you have to tip, okay? Because it's just the custom. Expressions, you say, I would like to have, which means I would like to drink, or I would like to eat. I would like to have. They will have I would have, which means I would drink or I would eat. Starters, we have the soup, the salad, the mixed salad, the grilled squid, the main course, and dessert. Remember that in French, you know the words because I explained that in the previous lesson. You have here some examples of starters, main course, and desserts. Okay?
Yes.
So these are the questions that probably the waiter will ask. Okay, please, Jimmy, read the three first sentences.
Okay. Are you ready to order?
Mm-hmm.
What would you like for a starter? Starter? Would you like to try our specialty for the main course?
Okay, speciality.
Specialty. Okay, specialty.
Denise, you please read 4, 5, 6, and 7.
What would you like to drink?
Mm-hmm.
Large, medium, small. What would you take for dessert? Would you like coffee, black or white? Anything else? Is that all, sir?
Is that all, sir? Okay, remember that in English, well, these are the questions that the waiter will say. The waiter will say these questions, but they will say like, what would ya? You say would ya instead of would you. You say would ya, would ya. Can you repeat? What would ya? You?
What
Would ya?
Okay, I want to listen better. Denise, you first.
Would ya?
Would ya? Yes, would ya? It's not would you? No, would ya? What would ya?
Would ya
What would
like,
ya?
right?
What would you like to drink? Like, what would ya? What would you like to drink? What would ya like to drink? Yes.
What would you like to drink?
What would you like to drink? What would you like to drink? What would you like to drink? You?
Would you like to drink?
Yeah, but this ta is like very, very like yes.
To drink.
What would you like to drink? Yeah, you never pronounce like t, t, t. What would you like to drink? What would you like to drink? What would you like to drink? You see?
What would you like to drink?
Yes. Give me you.
Yeah.
what would you what would you like to drink?
Yeah, ese to drink, mira, ese to drink, esa U, trata de decirlo, pero bien chiquitito. What would you like to drink? What would you like to drink?
Drink.
Amazing. Okay. Si ustedes pueden aplicar eso, pueden sonar un poquito más fluidos. But the customer always, when you make a call or when you go out of the restaurant, you say, is the table free or reserved? Or when they give you the menu, you say, well, first, I will take, I would like to have, I would like to drink, I would like to eat. Could you recommend something? Or could you recommend something? That you say, excuse me, may I have the bill? Or may I have the what?
The check?
May I have the check? The check. Okay? You can add more, like you, Denise, because you wanted to add more food. You say, or maybe more expressions. I have a reservation for 8 o'clock. Could I have your name? Okay, so Denise, please read sentence 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Your table is ready right this way. Your table is not ready. Would ya like wait in the bar? Would ya like an appetite?
Aperitif.
Aperitif.
Yes, aperitif.
Aperitif.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like an aperitif?
You are a good waitress. Jimmy, you, next one.
Anything for dessert?
Mm-hmm.
Was everything all right?
Good.
Were you satisfied?
Perfect.
Could you bring me some bread? No thanks. Just a glass of water, please.
Yes. These are expressions that you are likely to say.
Could I also have to say, could ya bring me?
Could you bring me? If you want, could ya, would ya, could you, would ya?
Could ya, would ya?
Yes, could you, would ya? Could you, would ya? Yes. Could you bring me? Could ya? Yes. Or you also say these expressions: keep the change, everything was delicious, thank you. Can I offer you dessert? What's this is the question. What's that today's specialty? You told me that, and I said today's specialty is fried
I said
fish.
the specialty of the house is not okay.
No, it's okay. It's okay, but they say today's specialty.
Okay.
Yep. The fish is really fresh today. Try our lobster risotto, seafood pasta, grilled vegetables. You can use, of course, the first conditional. If you try our roast pork, you won't be sorry. Would you like to hear today's specialty? These are some expressions that you are likely to hear when you go to a restaurant. So now, together, guys, are you ready to? What did the waiter say?
To order?
Are you ready to order? Yes, please, I would.
I would like to have a
I would
brown
like to have a prawn cocktail for
for main course.
Appetizer?
appetizers or for appetizer or a starter. Appetizer, starter, the same. Or hors d'oeuvre in French. Or entree in the UK. I would have a grilled squid. What would you?
Would
Half for
like
What would you like for the?
main course.
What would you like for the main course? I would.
I would
like
like
to
to
I would like
have
to. I would like to have a
three.
sirloin steak, please. And the next, I would have golden.
I will
I would have golden. Golden fish.
chicken.
Golden fish, never golden fish.
It could
Golden
be
fish.
chicken.
No, it cannot be. It cannot be chicken.
No way.
No,
Golden.
we never say golden chick, because there is the golden fish, which is the real animal. Okay? So when they
Okay.
fry, they say golden fish. What would you like to? We would.
Order?
Well, no, but you say what we would to a bottle of red. What? What would you like
What do
to?
you like
To drink.
beverage?
To drink. To drink. Remember that we need a verb. What would you like to drink? We would. We would what?
Like to drink a bottle of red wine.
Amazing. We would like to drink. How do we call the person or someone who knows a lot about wines?
One person.
Some, the person who knows a lot about wines.
one wine mania.
The the wine steward, or the sommelier. The sommelier.
Sommelier?
Sommelier, yes, is the person who knows a lot about wines. So we say, "Oh, can I talk? Can I talk? May I speak to the sommelier, please? Because I'm eating like a steak, and I would like to know which of this bottle of wines would be better with this one."
Yeah. In a fancy restaurant.
Of course, in a fancy restaurant, the sommelier.
A high
A
restaurant.
high restaurant, of course. Next,
Sommelier, no? Sommelier.
sommelier. Let me write it if you don't remember. Let me write it here on Google it.
I didn't know that.
Yes, of course. Or you say the wine steward.
I don't drink.
Wine steward.
Yes, look at this. Oh, where is Zoom? Let me share the screen here. You say sommelier. The sommelier. Uh, well, let's go to Cambridge, I think, because on Google you cannot find the answer. But it's a French word. Sommelier, someone whose job is to serve and give advice about wine in a restaurant.
Sommelier.
Look at this.
Sommelier.
But you know that, for example, that French words in English end in A. Do you remember that I explained that? Or not? For example, buffet. How do we say buffet in English?
Buffet.
Buffet. How do you say bouquet in English?
Okay.
Bouquet, because you know that these words are in French. In this case,
So it's sommelier. Sommelier.
Sommelier. Listen.
Sommelier.
Lier, because it ends in A.
Sommelier.
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 No.
Sommelier.
Listen.
Sommelier.
You got it?
Sommelier. Sommelier.
A ver, together. Sommelier.
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 Yes. Sommelier. Sommelier.
Sommelier.
So yeah, and then we have, for example, the au pair. Do you remember this word? Which is another one. Wait a minute. Then we have the, or you can call the wine.
Okay.
The shop. Well, let me write here. It is not. Wine. Listen, a sommelier or wine steward or sommelier is a trained and knowledgeable wine professional. Okay? Sommelier or wine steward, así como steward, is a trained and knowledgeable wine professional. So you can talk to the sommelier or you can talk to the wine steward. Let's listen. Maybe I'm listen.
Steward. Steward.
Yes. You can also say like. No, that's all I think. Any questions? Okay. Would you like to try our homemade desserts? Yes, please. We would have what? Cheese.
Cheese. We'll have cheese.
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake for my husband. And apple what?
Apple pie.
An apple pie for me. May I have the
The bill or check.
the bill or the check? Okay. So this is a conversation. Any questions about some words about this conversation in a restaurant? Nope. I'll share this document. So you can read, and then we'll say when you go to a restaurant, you will use these expressions. Okay. Okay, we can speak instead of write. For example, you told me I shouldn't. No, I should have traveled to the U.S. to learn English when I was a kid, right? It means that you regret because you didn't do it or not.
No, I didn't do it.
Yes. If you didn't do it, you cannot say I should have. You say I could have because you didn't do it. Okay? So now listen this. Despite the fact that I traveled to the US when I was a child 10 years ago, I didn't learn English. So I shouldn't have gone to the US to learn English when I was a child. Because you regret because you went and you didn't learn, so you regret. Did you understand?
But I can say I should have gone to USA.
I should have gone.
Because I regret that I didn't go.
Yeah, but it is a possibility. So you say I could have, podría haber ido, but you didn't do it. Okay? When you say I should have, in this case, yo debería haber ido, because you regret now that you didn't go. If you regret, you say I should have. Did you regret?
Yes.
Now, just if you regret, si tú te arrepientes, está perfecto que uses el should have. Pero si no te arrepientes, utilizas el could. ¿Quedó más claro? Porque hiciste algo. A ver, mira.
A ver, another example, Jimmy.
Okay, look at this. Mira, tú dices, I didn't go to the US to learn English. Okay, mira. Yo no fui a Estados Unidos a aprender inglés. Por lo tanto, hoy me arrepiento, ¿sí o no? ¿O no? Si tú te
Yes.
arrepientes, tú dices, debería haber ido, tú me tienes que decir, I should have gone to the US, porque te estás arrepintiendo. Pero si no te arrepientes, dices, well, I could have gone to the US. Porque
Pero
no
I
te...
have enough money.
Which one? Well, you say, I could have gone to the US, but I didn't
Yes,
have enough
I have
money. Está perfecto.
but I didn't have enough money.
Pero no te estás arrepintiendo porque no lo hiciste. ¿Ok? Pero si tú
But
dices,
I could have gone. It's okay.
it's okay, pero solamente usas aquí cuando hay arrepentimiento. Hayas o no,
I should
hayas
have
o no
gone to
hecho algo.
US because my mother have the enough money to travel. To
Yes,
travel.
you can do that. Or, for example, you can say, well, despite the fact that I went to the US, I didn't learn English. A pesar del hecho que fui, yo me arrepiento. So I shouldn't have gone to the US. No debería haber, me estoy arrepintiendo. Okay? But you say, but it could have been worse. Pero podría haber sido peor.
I should.
Teacher,
Tell me.
a question. How do you say debía haber ido a USA sin, no debía haber ido a los Estados Unidos sin aprender inglés.
Ok, en este caso dices no debería haber ido. Te estás arrepintiendo. I shouldn't have gone to the US without learning English. Sin aprender inglés. Porque te arrepientes. Seguro fuiste y ahora te arrepientes. So that is the difference. Si utilizo el presente progresivo, estoy dando énfasis, ¿ok? Que me estoy quejando. No debería haber estado estudiando, debería haber estado jugando.
I should have studied more this grammar.
Okay, we're going to practice in our next class full advanced grammar. Ya estamos viendo todo lo que es gramática avanzada, si se han dado cuenta. Ya no estamos viendo presente, pasado. We are talking in English. We are discussing about the real English. So if you want, you can tell me in our next class, you can learn Canadian English or you want to improve your American accent. So send me a message and that would be all. Okay? Yes, you can discuss. And because I'm teaching the Canadian English in the morning,